米番組 MLB セントラルでは日本時間9月25日、昨夜メジャー通算100試合目の登板を果たしたドジャースの大谷翔平選手の投球を分析しました。番組内では解説を務めるショーン・ケイシー氏が大興奮で大谷選手の数字を伝えると、数字の凄さに MC が思わず笑ってしまう場面もありました。ここからはその様子を字幕付きでご紹介します。
Yeah, you mentioned Shohei Ohtani. He made his 100th career start yesterday for the Los Angeles Dodgers. As Lauren mentioned, it was his longest outing of the season. And just these numbers here to put what he has done in perspective. Lowest opponent average through 100 career starts among pitchers to debut since 1900. Herb Score, your boy, at 194. And don't sleep on Easy Ed Rulebach. And then Shohei Ohtani. Now, the difference is Shohei Ohtani, unlike everyone else on that board, he can hit the ball 465 feet. Also, highest K per 9 through 100 career starts to debut since 1900. There's some familiar names on this list. Glasnow, Peralta, Darvish, and Corbin Burns. And right there behind him, Shohei Ohtani at 11.4 strikeouts per 9. He had 8 strikeouts yesterday in 6 innings of work. It's hard to call, it's weird to say that he is an X factor because of his greatness. He's the best player in the world, maybe in the history of the game. But how is he going to be deployed by the Dodgers? When could we see him in postseason games? I think it's going to be fascinating to see his usage come October.
Yeah, no, I mean, Rofo, when you look at things right now, this is lining up exactly how the Dodgers had planned it with Shohei Ohtani. I mean, he, when he was coming back from the Tommy John surgery, we saw, he's going 1 inning, 2 innings, 3 innings. Then all of a sudden, we see last night, he's finally at the spot, 6 innings pitched. The last couple outings, he's looked like one of the best pitchers in baseball. 91 pitches, and here comes the postseason. So they lined it up perfectly. I feel like they've played this so well. But when you look at Shohei Ohtani, and you're talking about, some of these names right here, his fielding independent pitching, which means that the pitcher controls the home runs, the Ks and the walks, right? He's the best pitcher in baseball right here. Look at these. Look at by a wide margin. Look at this right here. Ohtani, Rogers, Skeen, Skubal, Sanchez, and Webb. Look at it. He's got a 191. We could arguably say right now, at this time, Shohei Ohtani is coming into to really being one of the best pitchers, if not the best pitcher in the game with some of his stuff. I mean, when you see Ohtani and what he has, it's pretty incredible. I want to go back to last night of some of the pitches that he has, because when you look at his stuff, when he first came into this league in 2018, he was really a 3-pitch mix. 4-seamer, sweeper, splitter, a little bit of a curveball. 2025, this is what we're looking at right here against right-handed hitters right here. He goes 4-seamer, sweeper, split, curveball. He can hit you with a sinker, slider, and a cutter, which is pretty incredible. So when facing a guy like Shohei Ohtani, man, it'll make your head spin up. It makes me think back to Roy Halladay and how nasty he was. But you look at this at bat right here. He's going to go fastball up to Alexander. Then he comes back in with 98 in, throwing. And then here he comes right here with a sweeper 85. That pitch has been one of his biggest go-to pitches. 99 top rail. Then he hit you with a kind of a backup slider there. He didn't get through it on that one. 99 in now. Alexander's like, what are we doing? And there, right there, he hits him with an 88-mile-an-hour sweeper. So impressive against right-handed hitters. Now here's another one. 87 hits McCann. McCann loses his bat. There's a slider. There's a sweeper. The sweeper's more east to west. The slider's more north to south. Another sweeper there off the dish. Comes back at McCann. There's 100 on the black inside. See you later. So impressive. Now he switches it up. When he goes against left-handers, back in 18, he was more of a 4-pitch mix. The curveball was more of a factor. Now against lefties now, look at that right there. He's flipped it up. 44 to the 4-seamer. Look at the split. Not so much usage. When he first came into the league, he was really a fastball split guy. Doesn't throw it as much because he's got the cutter now, the slider, and the sinker. These at-bats were so impressive last night when you watched Ohtani line it up. It was absolutely incredible. He goes against Vargas. Watch this right here. This is a backup cutter that he hits right on the outside black. Now, this is the curveball. This is the equalizer right here against lefties. Hits him with the curveball, hits him with the split down, and then there's the 99-mile-an-hour fastball. When you see 4 pitches right here, you're just a little bit on the defensive, and I think that's what he does so well in the zone. You just don't know where to go pattern-wise. There's another cutter. His cutter almost acts like a two-seamer at times. Another cutter in, there's that curveball. 76 miles an hour on the curveball. And then he says, and here's another one, McCarthy, because you missed on 76, here's 80. Now this is the at-bat right here. A couple of bats against Corbin Carroll. So impressive. 98 in. Not going to try and get outside over the plate. 99 in again. In on the hands. Comes back with the fastball again. Trying to speed up Carroll. Try to speed him up. There's the slider, which really looks like a split finger. But look at that curve right there. An 80-mile-an-hour hook. The deception on the 12-6 hook makes it look like a fastball up, and it's not. Hits him with the 99 again. I mean, this is textbook. This is an absolute masterclass of pitching right here. Hits him with another slider at 88 down. Here comes that four-seamer top rail, and then he comes back with slider. Looks like a split, doesn't it? But it's not. It's a slider. There's the curveball, 78. No chase. Carroll's putting together a great at-bat right here. Then he hits him with a backup. It was a backup sweeper right there. And then 101 on the outside black against Corbin Carroll. I mean, this is so impressive to watch that game last night and to watch how he navigates. Watch this right here. Oh, man, if you could pause, you know what, right there, if you could pause that right there. When you're facing a guy like Shohei Ohtani as a lefty, and he can hit you with that 99-mile-an-hour fastball, top rail, and this is why the curveball has become such a weapon for him against left-handed hitters. You watch the tunnel right here, right there. Stop it right there. So this ball's a heater. That one's the curveball that's coming down. As a hitter, my vision, it's just you're messing up my vision and my timing because I got a split second to decide whether I'm going to swing. When I see that ball up initially, you can watch Corbin Carroll. He ends up giving up on that, thinking it's a heater top rail, and that's why it's just, look at that right there. I mean, it's incredible. So, man, when you watch Shohei Ohtani right now and you see what he's doing right here, the pitch, the repertoire. This guy's anywhere from 98 point. It is laughable actually. 98.5 with a max velocity of 101.7 to 72.5. Almost a 30-mile-an-hour difference that you need to navigate as a hitter. So the Dodgers are right where they want to be right now with Shohei doing what he's doing, and this is lining up perfectly for the postseason. I'd have to think right now he's their ace.
All these outings of 3-4 innings, it was all by design to get here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, there's a very good chance that we'll see some of those starters in that struggling Dodgers bullpen. So I think they're going to be fine. Blake Snell, Ryan Nelson, that is your pitching matchup tonight in Arizona. Obviously, a very huge game for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're all huge from here on out.
And we're going to start a little bit with the Dodgers. I like to talk Dodgers. And they are our leadoff right now, playoff plan for Ohtani. Last week we covered that he's not going to be in the outfield. At least we don't think so. I think that was floated in a very fanciful story. I don't blame it. It's a nice, interesting little topic. But it does appear that he is going to be one of the starters for the Dodgers. They will need to do the wild card, it appears. So, there are obviously 3 outstanding starters right now for the Dodgers. Yamamoto, Snell, Ohtani. Glasnow's been pretty good as well. Sheehan's been pretty good as well. Starting pitching is not their issue, but Ohtani is one of the top 3. So I anticipate he will start. Could he close out a series? Maybe. There's a couple of complications to him warming up and all that in the bullpen. I don't know. We shall see. Obviously, they got creative last year and brought in Walker Buehler to close out the World Series. Could they do that with Ohtani? I was there for the WBC when he closed it out against his teammate Mike Trout. That was very, very exciting. Not going to rule that out. He's not going to be in the outfield. Could he be a closer for a series? Maybe. But he certainly should be one of the starters and will be one of the starters for the Dodgers at 5 no-hit innings against the Phillies. Well, at this point, you know what? I think the Phillies might be the World Series favorite. We shall see. Probably the odds makers have the Dodgers. They do have the best names. It is interesting what's going on with L.A., though. their rotation looks fantastic right now. I mean, any team would start Sheehan at this point, Glasnow as well, Kershaw as well, but right now they're not among their top three starters, at least for that first round. It is Snell, Yamamoto, and Ohtani. Does that mean Tanner Scott will be left off the playoff roster? No, I didn't mean that. I have no information on that, and I would not expect that. Tanner Scott, obviously very talented, not having the year that you'd expect, not for $72 million. Yates and Tanner Scott have just not worked out. Trinan was a huge, huge hero last year, helping them win the World Series. He hasn't been especially good either. Vesey has been maybe their best reliever at this point. The bullpen has been a real issue. Bullpen, I mean, I don't want to say it's the biggest reason they won last year, but it was an enormous reason that they won last year, right? They kind of pieced it together with the rotation, and the bullpen were the heroes of that postseason, along with Freddie Freeman, of course. Don't crush my dreams. All right. No, you're forgetting Snell. No. Snell, Yamamoto, and Ohtani are their three starters, at least in that wild card series. The order I couldn't swear to. It does seem to set up for Ohtani, but they can figure it out however they want at this point. But I do think Ohtani, Snell, and Yamamoto are the three guys, and that would be their plan. It is interesting that the rotation is their great strengths right now, while the bullpen is a weakness. I mean, who would have thought? With all the guys they had coming back, Kopech, who's been hurt, now he is back now. All those great relievers. Trinan was fantastic last year. And they brought in Yates and Scott at not a cheap rate either. I think Yates was $13 million. Scott was, I think, 4 years, $72 million. So they did spend. Can the Dodgers win the World Series? Maybe that's what he was meaning by crush my dreams. Don't go on my predictions. I predicted at the beginning of the year Dodgers and Red Sox. Maybe it still will be Dodgers and Red Sox. American League wide open. Anybody can win it. We're going to...
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。